back with a Parlay Bonanza for the championship games of the NFL. Before I even get started on this is a no-risk bet for you. So if you are if you use FanDuel has these no-sweat same-game parlays. All the Parlay Bonanzas that I do are same-game parlays. So if you're on FanDuel, utilize that as a no risk bet. It'll change the variation as to what it is that you can bet. But what happens is if you lose, you get your money back in a free promo. If you win, you don't get it back, but you won, right? So we are actually going to do the Bengals and Chiefs because I like that game better than any of the other games. And as always, we're looking for 10-1 on our money. We're going to look for something that's plus money, and then we're going to, pair that with a few things that are reduced, try to get the best odds, right? So the first thing I want to look at is Hayden Hurst. We could get crazy, honestly, and go like Hayden Hurst, touchdown, anytime touchdown score. Actually, let's see what that looks like. I don't know if I'm going to do that for this, but that's something to actually look at. So if we look at TD scoring props, Hayden Hurst has been getting a lot of catches recently. I think he's getting like 5 or 6 targets a game. The Chiefs are okay against the tight ends. I do think that they're going to probably over leverage themselves against Jamar Chase to slow it down. So plus 320 would be really interesting. I'm probably going to play that, but I won't do that in this. So really the two people to look at is Travis Kelce and Jamar Chase. I love Jamar Chase at even money. Travis Kelce at minus 105 with Mahomes on 1 foot. Not sure if that's going to hit, so I'm going to go here with Jamar Chase. He's got a touchdown in the first 2. He's getting like 15 targets a game, it feels like. I think this is like super logical. Then I'm going to go to my passing props. I know that Kansas City, I think, gives up on average like 240 yards per game to quarterbacks at 277. I don't see any value there, but I do think that is a good thing to target. So we're going to go down to Joe Burrow's alt pass yards. Remember, it's got to have this SGP so that you can play it in these. And I'm going to drop it down to this minus 420, 225. I think Joe Burrow is going to get that today. I also think Joe Burrow, I think on average it's like 1.7 passing TDs is what the Chiefs give up. So at 1.5, even though it's minus 180, I think this is a really good look for us. Burrow's going to want to show up. Everyone's talking about Mahomes. People don't talk enough about Burrow. Burrow is a legit quarterback. So we're going to drop him in there. So now we're sitting at plus 177. So we got to do some work to get ourselves in contention here. If you've been watching my videos, you know I'm a big fan of Perrine. Just gets overlooked all the time, and I know I'm messing up his last name, but you know who I'm talking about. So I'm going to go down at 16.5. I think they're giving up like well over this. I think at like 20 to 25 yards a game to pass catching backs. Joe Mixon's not really catching the ball. So I love this play right here. I'm going to take him there. So that brings it up to 389. Now, in the receiving game, I think the only person that's really going to do anything for them is Kelce, because I think from a outside standpoint, we got a little bump on all this stuff. From an outside standpoint, I don't see him getting it to any of his receivers today. So I'm actually going to come down and but I don't like 77 yards, even though he's gotten that a million times. We're going to drop this to 50 yards here, get us up to 512. And then I'm also going to look at Hayden Hurst, who we were just talking about. Let's see what we got with Hayden Hurst. They have him at 34. I think he could get 34, but I'll make that safe as well. And I'm going to take Hayden Hurst at 25. So now we're at 771. So we just need a few more things here to make this work. If you believe the game script that they're going to come after Mahomes because he's on one leg, then I think you can maybe go this, Pacheco right here, or Pacheco, sorry. At 50 yards, that's a lot. I actually think this is interesting. So I think Pacheco is probably going to, get majority of the carries. McKinnon's more of a pass catching back. I actually think that the Bengals probably take an early lead in this game. I don't think they get blown out by any means, and I don't see them trailing for most of the game. So actually, this under 28 is pretty interesting. So that takes us to 1465. I'm just going to do one more thing and see if what this looks like. So if we go to same game, we see that the Bengals are plus 1.5. I think I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But let's actually go and take a look at alt spread, and let's get them to 10.5. Let's see what that gets us at. 1581. You know what? 1581 it is. That's what we're doing. So let's review what we got here over on the side. We've got Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown. Joe Burrow, 225. Joe Burrow over 1.5. Perrine over 16.5. My favorite play of the game. Kelsey, 50. Hurst, 25. McKinnon under 28. And then the Bengals, 10.5. I like this one, everyone. What do we got? 50 to win 790. Remember, thou shalt cover. Later, everybody.